Okay, everyone. Great to have you and welcome. We will start in the next minute or so and dive right in. Let's start with a quick system test. Great to have you and welcome. Start in the next minute or so and dive right in. Let's start the quick system test. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Okay, welcome everyone. Great to have you. And as you can see, let me just turn off the music. I hope you enjoyed the welcome party. Let me use my AirPods because it's reflecting back to me so that I can hear you guys better as well. Okay, so welcome. Great. Please, first of all, before we dive in, welcome everyone. Great to have you. And as you can see, let me just turn off the music. I hope you enjoyed the welcome party live across multiple platforms. Let me use my AirPods because it's reflecting back to me so that I can hear you guys better as well. Okay, so welcome. Great. Please, first of all, before we dive in, welcome everyone. Great to have you. And as you can see, let me just turn off the music. I hope you enjoyed the welcome party live across multiple platforms. Let me use my AirPods because it's reflecting back to me so that I can hear you guys better as well. Okay, so welcome. Great. Please, first of all, before we dive in, welcome everyone. Great to have you. And as you can see, let me just turn off the music. I hope you enjoyed the welcome party live across multiple platforms.
Like we are in
Let
the
me
loop.
use my
Aaron, let me
AirPods
know
because
when
it's reflecting back to me
Yes.
so that I can hear you
Seems
guys
like
better
there's
as
an
well. Okay, so welcome. Great. Please, first of all, before we dive in, welcome everyone. Great to have you.
Okay, I restarted the audio settings to make sure that you guys can hear me okay without issues. And
go from there. All right. Is it any better now? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if that is the case. Okay, perfect. All right. So let's dive right in and talk about today's topic. As you can see, the title of today's session is Discovering Income Generating Opportunities with GenAI in Cybersecurity in 2025 and Avoid the Cybersecurity Crisis of 2025. Because what is happening right now is, I'm sure that you have noticed, traditional cybersecurity jobs are unfortunately vanishing, okay? While there are still a lot of opportunities in the marketplace. But how is that going to work? How is it working? So that you can continue growing in your career, okay, and take advantage of all the opportunities by positioning yourself in the best possible way, in the right way, okay? So that's what we're going to cover today. And let me make sure that the system is working just fine. And thanks for your patience. We received a lot of requests from multiple places and locations to join the live session. Okay. And okay, let's get started. So in the next 30 minutes, what we're going to cover is we will first start with the alarming decline of traditional security roles, what is happening right now, and how to position yourself in the best possible way, okay? When we take a look right now, we see an unfortunate, maybe fortunate if you know how to position yourself, a drop in certain roles. And these roles, according to one research, 30-40% of certain roles, okay, massive decline since 2022 despite growing cloud adoption. So you might be thinking, hey, man, I heard that a lot of opportunities are out there, it's growing, but how come cybersecurity roles are still out there, but some of the positions are declining? And as you probably know, there is a significant tech layoff, okay, happening still today and nearly triple the number from March this year. I'm talking about 2025. Yet there are still a lot of security positions. And I hear you saying, hey, Emin, I'm also looking for opportunities, looking for growth. Companies, researchers tell there are a lot of open roles, open positions out there, but it seems like that's not me. I cannot find them. Is that real? Let's just unpack that. That is real if you know how to position yourself in the best possible way and how to really understand the market dynamics of 2025 because it is way different. Okay, it is way different. It's not like before. So let's continue. Let's talk about that. What are we talking about here? Companies are abandoning in-house security teams. Why? Because, hey, we are not living in isolation. If there are trade wars, although we heard some good news today, especially between US and China, it is not like 2021, 2022, 2023, or 4. What that means is this: there is a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace. It is affecting even government jobs, okay, private sector organizations, businesses, and they're always looking for different alternative ways to stay profitable, make more money. If we don't understand this trend, if we think like, oh, I'm just looking for my safe and steady full-time role, I really don't want to think about what's happening in the world. Unfortunately, that means we are fooling ourselves because it doesn't work that way. And another point, okay, economics is just one, but on another point, companies are abandoning in-house security teams. Why? Because we have AI adoption revolution. Even today, in today's session, these slide decks, I got a lot of help from AI tools to make it easier, faster for me so that I can deliver more value to you. And the companies are always looking for different alternatives. And tomorrow I will join another call with I've been invited to speak at a conference with close to 1,000 people attending to talk about how AI would change their roles in cybersecurity, in technology, and overall entire business roles. Meaning, specifically looking at cybersecurity job opportunities, AI systems are rapidly taking over routine security monitoring and analysis tasks, eliminating need for large teams of entry-level analysts. So if you've been looking for entry-level cybersecurity analyst jobs, that might be one of the reasons, this particular point here. And then budget restructuring. Security budgets increased more than 30% this year, but companies are redirecting funds from permanent staff to specialized external expertise, which means, again, if you change the approach, the mindset, the positioning that you have, and then focus on, hey, how can I become an employee or maybe a service deliverer, okay, a service provider to multiple organizations, that also helps them and that also helps you to make even more money, okay? And then strategic expertise gap. Organizations now see consultants who combine technical skills with business strategy rather than siloed security technicians, meaning in today's age, in today's world, it is not enough to just, hey, I have some technical skills. We also need to know how to communicate our skills accordingly, how to communicate our value accordingly. Because if we don't do that, what happens is companies won't need us anymore because they are not able to understand and see the value that we can provide and their clients as well. And finally, on-demand flexibility, which is another one after the strategic expertise gap. Companies prefer accessing specialized experts only when needed rather than maintaining close permanent teams. You might be thinking, hey, okay, what if I won't be able to, pay the bills or make enough money? It sounds like that's a lot of, there's a lot of risk attached to this. But please understand, being in full-time roles, okay, most people think elsewhere, I hear that all the time, oh, it's safe, it's secure, I'm just getting I'm getting my paycheck every month. But did you know that overall tenure dropped significantly over the last decade and it continues to decline? What that means is maybe 5, 10, 20 years back, people, professionals, they joined an organization and they stayed there for a very long time. Gone are the days. Right now, from both parties, from business owners, businesses, organizations, as well as employees or professionals, they spend significantly less time in each organization and many times overlapping multiple organizations. That is the trend. That is the trend. And even if that means companies are actually paying more, but they just approach it differently. It is a strategic shift. It's a strategic update. Okay? Does it make sense? Drop your questions in the comment box so that I know that you are there. That's one. So that I can also help you with your specific questions. Okay? So let's continue. How can we kind of fix the situation then? How can we turn this into our advantage? The new high-value security career path. These are specific solutions that you can start implementing today, okay? So that you can be even more valuable in the marketplace. Let's start with this one. Governance and compliance. especially for non-technical backgrounds. VC, GRC roles are skyrocketing, not only from legal previous positions, but also all roles around audits, risk management, risk registers, IT and cybersecurity related privacy and governance professionals, managing documentations, managing projects and processes as well. They grew significantly, okay? Higher than other roles, more than 40%. Why? Because it is less likely that AI would immediately create a significant impact on these roles just yet, maybe in the future, but it is for sure that if we are just focusing on simple automations or simple, let's say, very basic cybersecurity analysis, vulnerability management roles, those roles can easily be automated with the help of AI. But GRC roles are more secure right now. And we also have AI security operations. I'll talk about a few tools in the upcoming slides that specialize who leverage AI while maintaining strategic oversight command premium rates. Here's what this means. Let's use AI as a kind of like a help tool, not like replacing what we do altogether. Doing our jobs with AI, not by AI altogether. And there's a huge difference between with AI or by AI. Meaning, if we take advantage of AI in the right way, we can reduce our tasks, time, and effort by maybe 50%, maybe 80%, depending on different research. It varies like that, maybe up to 90%. Meaning, you can do 4 times, 5 times, 10 times more output, more job, more work. And if you can do that, instead of asking for just 80, 100K, 120K, you can easily ask for 2 times, 3 times more, because in return, you are creating 10 times more value. And that is the core distinction, my friends. When you get that right, then you can easily command premium salaries and positions with the help of AI. I'll talk more about more AI in the upcoming slides, but let's just focus on cybersecurity for now. Specialized consulting, on-demand experts in cloud security and incident response earning 3K, 10K, 20K plus more every single month, okay? And strategic advisory, C-suite guidance on security posture and risk management with business alignment. You can charge hundreds, thousands of dollars per hour, per day, depending on where you are, where your level is, what your level is, but you can absolutely do this. And the bottom line is this: the highest earner security professionals on job hunting, they're building consulting practices where they control their clients' rates and schedule. It is okay up to maybe 150, maybe 200K salaries that you can find your job and then, get paid. But if you want to have your own client base, if you want to even double, triple that income amount, and if you want to be safe and secure regardless of what happens in the marketplace, then this is the solution. This is the solution. Of course, I'm not telling you that, okay, permanent jobs are totally gone in 2025. No, but it's declining. It's declining, especially for commodity roles. If you provide value, if you're already attaching yourself as like to a solution, as a value-driven professional, then you can absolutely do this anyway. But overall, the trend is declining. And as I mentioned before, the tech job market is very volatile right now. Lucky enough, cybersecurity is not like software engineering or system administration or network engineering roles. Relatively speaking, it's a lot more secure, okay? However, even within cybersecurity, we need to kind of understand the job market cycle. Recently, Intel has got more than 20,000 jobs, and the tech market shows selective recovery for certain roles. But this slide deck, this presentation today, is not about for settling for less anyway. How to thrive, even in circumstances and conditions, maybe they are a bit against us, seemingly against us. That's how you win in a not so certain marketplace. Okay, and overall, what we see, cybersecurity right now, it's kind of like a market of contradictions, right? Positive indicators: 31% average growth in cybersecurity budgets. That's good. 7% of employees plan to hire additional security staff. Cybersecurity specialists remain among most in-demand roles. Okay, so within tech, if you compare this with, let's say, QA testers or engineers, if you compare this with maybe some software developers, system admins, network engineers, cybersecurity is still the best bet. However, if you position yourself within cyber, even with a kind of like a more granular approach, that's how you win even more, okay? So let's continue. Challenging signals, though. So security engineers, analysts, and DevSecOps posting steadily decreasing. Cloud security engineer positions down 43% compared to 2022. And again, 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity positions globally. You can take it as both and positive and negative, but it's kind of like a contradicting marketplace right now. But what could be one of the solutions then? Especially you want to grow in cyber, but maybe you already have a job. You want to test the waters first. Especially if you want to set up your own game. You want to work with your own clients and you want to create the impact. It's not like you are doing the same job, same tasks every day, day in, day out, and you don't know whether you want to do it in the upcoming months and years. And yet you still want to kind of venture into different opportunities. How do you do that? Shifting hiring patterns. We have covered this before. Specialized skill demand, global talent advantage. So if you want to work from maybe home and then work for different companies around the world, you can absolutely do this. And rising gig economy. It continues to rise. That's why freelancing, contracting, consulting job opportunities, cybersecurity job opportunities are increasing significantly. And let's talk about how we can do this. Again, my name is Emin Caliskan. I think we forget that part, but I think you already know me, the founder of Peak Cyber Institute and Cyber Transfer Programs. And what I see, especially with our upcoming business academy program, is there's a high demand freelance cybersecurity specializations, especially with the help of AI, that any professional can tap into. If you have a technical background, that's great. But if you have a business background, you can absolutely do this too. If you're just stepping into the domain, it's not like 4 or 5 years back, oh, let me just attend the boot camp and then join the tech. It doesn't work like that. Okay, that's why boot camps are declining significantly. What we do is not like boot camp, by the way. If you're asking, hey, man, what is Cyber Transform, Career Mastery, or Business Academy? It's not a boot camp, okay? It is a solution to help professionals, both individuals, okay, and in a group fashion, to get the skills, support, strategy, and the mindset together. Okay. In typical boot camps, you just get the technical skills, but it's not enough, especially in today's age. So that's why your personalized technical specialization is important. But everyone's different. What kind of technical skills that you need? Everyone's different. Penetration testing, cloud security, incident response, security software development, advisory could be some of the solutions. And then governance and compliance, risk management, analysis, security compliance, security audits, frameworks like GDPR, SOC 2, ISO, they are still on the rise. And then emerging opportunities. First of all, AI and cyber defense integration, policy and governance roles, threat detection services that you can offer, and then compliance monitoring, okay? You can focus on these opportunities, especially in a part-time, maybe contracting consulting way to tap into all these opportunities. And then clearly developing your cyber specialized niche. Niche is playing a crucial role here. What this means is market leadership. If you are someone like jack of all trades, master of none, unfortunately, let me just break the bad news for you. I don't want to do that, but those roles are unfortunately continuing to decline. Meaning, how do people know you? Just answer this question. When you take a look at your LinkedIn profile, your resume, what do you see? Are you trying to become like, oh, let me just capture more opportunities? So that's why, although I'm interested in offensive, let me just put cybersecurity professional there, because who knows, maybe I'll get a cybersecurity defense related role or position. I don't want to say no. Unfortunately, that will not work, not anymore. Okay, deep expertise is needed, and then specialized selection. You might be asking, hey, man, with AI, we can do even more, but is it like, aren't they contradicting here? And the good news is, no, they are not contradicting. And here's why. AI is an expander. Meaning, let's say you are a cybersecurity GRC professional, right? Governance, risk, and compliance expert. With the help of AI, you can produce more and more impactful work in less time so that you can create more value. That means you can work with multiple clients at scale at the same time to charge even more. But that doesn't mean you can do penetration testing or GRC or this or that at the same time. You can get the basics, okay, but basics won't take you that far. Does that make sense? So that's why make sure to choose your specialized niche so that people can come and find you. It's just like if you want to have the best burger in town, you don't kind of try to find that, burger in a takeaway shop that also sells, pizzas or kebabs or whatever. You just go find that specific restaurant, specific place, and then get what you want. It's the same logic. Okay. And then building your online professional presence. Optimize your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is just to get started. There are multiple platforms as well, so that people can know you by following a system that you, instead of focusing on technical tools or like some certifications or skills, you focus on who do you help, how do you help them, and what happens as a result, right? For example, I help business owners, small and medium business owners, small and medium business owners in New York City who are focusing on this retail sector, specific sector. You see how detailed this is? And that's exactly what you want. What do you want? What do you do for them? You help them maybe create their cybersecurity posture, create frameworks so that they stay compliant with credit card processes like PCI DSS frameworks, so that they keep on making more profits instead of worrying about getting hacked or maybe getting fines. You see how detailed this is? Instead of just saying, I'm a cybersecurity analyst, and then after pipelines, SOC, Nessus, Metasploit, Qualys, etc., because it doesn't talk to anyone. And then creating professional website is crucial, especially if you're interested in start earning money on the side, okay, with multiple incomes, so that people can find you. Because at the end of the day, you are the service delivery professional, right? You provide a service. It's not like I'm a member of this organization and that's it. And then share valuable content. You can do this in multiple ways. You can do this just like how what I'm doing right now, for example. I took a lot of time to present this, prepare this call, talk, and then delivering this. It's just one of the ways to kind of stand out, right? Or what you can also do, you can use social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, Facebook, etc. Or you can use paid ads, or you can join different marketplaces like Fiverr or Upwork or Freelancer. No matter what, people need to know you. Otherwise, how can they do business with you? At the end of the day, you are still doing your business, running your own business. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started, if you're just one person, but that's the logic. And then this is how you can diversify different client acquisition channels. Specialized platforms. Cyber is one. Again, Upwork, Fiverr is the multiples, multiple other opportunities are out there. And then there are different freelance marketplaces, bug bounty programs and community networking. And please also think this way. There are multiple ways to generate income. For example, I started my business like entrepreneurship by starting selling courses online. Okay, not providing value in, let's say, service by services, which is a one-time event. But when you create a content, then I created my different mentorship groups and then my book as well that generates income for me. Does it make sense? Meaning, when you are specialized, you can get the rewards in multiple ways. Of course, there is a time and place, and you need to do that in order, because otherwise, if you try to catch two rabbits, you catch none. But if you do that in order, you can absolutely do this. Okay. And diversify your income opportunities over time that truly add up. Okay. You can even start your own YouTube channel. Okay. You can make some money from referrals or multiple ways, but that mindset is critical. And in today's world, that's the mindset that we all need. Okay. And let's also talk about AI and cybersecurity revolution. By the way, just let me know in the chat if you have any comments so far, any questions. I would love to hear from you to understand that you are there and also listening. And also, let's make sure that you find the content valuable. Okay. And in the meantime, let me take a look at the comments that I received over here. Okay, all good. All right. Let's continue with the second part, which is the AI and cybersecurity revolution. We already start to talk about AI, but there's more to that. AI has a massive impact on security operations. Why? Because we can now process massive data in a very short amount of time, detect hidden patterns, respond instantly, proactive defense. So let's say you're not interested in career growth, you already have a job, safe and steady paycheck, you're fine, but you don't want to left behind, or you're just interested in learning more. In that case, what you can do is very simple. By focusing on AI, you can create a lot more valuable work. And that's exactly what companies need, your employers or your own business needs from you. Okay. And for automated tasks like log analysis, vulnerability scanning, incident triage, threat detection, what we see is this. Human focus shifts to intelligent threat hunting, strategic advisory, ethical oversight, and AI system design. This way, you can again create more work and more valuable work in less time, and create a massive impact on businesses, on your clients, on where you work. And we already see there are different AI security leaders right now. For example, Darktrace, they have self-learning algorithms identify known and unknown threats without predefined rules. Heuristic. That's amazing. And then CrowdStrike, Falcon platform leverages AI for endpoint detection. They've been doing it for some time already, and it's increasing every day. And IBM Watson, cognitive intelligence processes unstructured data to provide actionable insights. And then Cisco also has Secure X platform, integrates AI analytics to unify threat detection across complex environments. Meaning, it's already here. It's already here. The companies, they have already started using AI. And it's not that hard to take advantage of this trend if you're interested. But if you're not interested, it's for sure we'll be left behind. And when it comes to how's that going to affect the salaries, let me take a look at the paychecks here. According to recent analysis and statistics from this year, entry-level analysts, security engineers, security architects, CISOs get paid really well, but AI security specialism is also on the rise. Yes, it's not very common right now because companies are still adopting, but we will see that a lot more. And AI security consultants, not just AI consultant randomly, but AI security consultancy. For example, let's say you're a consultant, you know how LLMs work, how neural networks work, you know the how to write the right prompt engineers as well as prompts, as well as how to communicate with the companies, as well as how to find the specific problems. Imagine this. Picture the scenario. You go in and then you identify certain patterns, why the company is failing on identifying problems, security problems and issues. And you create rules, automations through ChatGPT, Gemini, or Cloudy's APIs. And then you offer a brand new solution. Hey, with the help of this AI model, AI engine, you'll be able to identify security incidents, events, insider threats with a lot more success rate, higher success rate, with a lot more confidence. How much is that worth? Think about that. Maybe millions of dollars, because that's exactly what you will say from those companies. That's why it's on the rise, and it will only increase this way. So having that open mind towards AI solutions is crucial. Okay, final couple of slides, and then we'll wrap up. Let's continue with the freelance advantage. We talked about AI, cybersecurity, but you might be asking, hey, man, I'm not interested in this. Okay, maybe that's not for you. It's not for everyone to maybe start a business as well. But freelancing and contracting is not starting a business. It is how you deliver your work, how you communicate your value. And there are, of course, certain benefits and advantages for you too. You can schedule your own time. Okay, you can set your own hours and work patterns and exact type of clients. Think about that. I'm sure that you have experienced that. I've experienced that myself in the past. Like, hey, you know what? I never want to work with these kind of companies, these kinds of clients, these kind of people. Not anymore. And with contracting, consulting, freelancing, it's not just freelance, contracting and consulting as well. It is a lot easier. You can choose your clients, select your clients, and then you can ask for premium rates. Because no matter how skilled you are, there are certain caps. Let's say you want to work as a cybersecurity engineer, unless there are, let's say, different stock options and bonds or this or that, whatever, like different promotions or different incentives. What happens is, I mean, your income would be capped at, I don't know, 400, 500K. Netflix and some other companies and some AI solutions, they pay more than 500K up to $1 million. But those roles are very few. Most roles you can get paid around 200, maybe 300K if you're good, but most of them are around 100 to 150 if you are like average, regular professional. But with the help of contracting consulting, you can easily get there much faster through automation, through hiring other staff. You can make even more money, okay? And that's a true advantage. But what kind of skills to get there? AI risk management, AI threat intelligence, AI ethics and governance, cloud security, and AI security operations. And please, I hope I'm making myself clear now. It is not just about AI as like a pillar, standalone, singular solution. It is the combination of things. Meaning, if you know risk management in cyber and AI, okay, then you can tap into these opportunities. Threat intelligence, ethics and governance, AI plus. Please remember, it is not providing value by AI, because anyone can do that. But when you do this with AI, that means you also keep your expertise, provide value, and people can truly understand that you are the expert because you know AI, how to use that, and cybersecurity, and how to communicate your value effectively. That's like the golden ultimate formula for success in today's age. Okay. And again, we see more and more AI opportunities, AI integration specialists in cyber, threat intelligence analysis, AI ethics officers, and AI security architects as well. Why? When we think about why, because cybersecurity budgets are shifting dramatically, significantly. AI ML solutions, machine learning solutions, cloud security roles, external consultants, in-house staff, traditional tools. This is typically the budget, but take a look at these up and downs. Okay, in-house staff, unfortunately, for the security budget of in-house staff is dropping significantly. Again, compared to other roles, maybe cybersecurity professionals are still okay. They don't maybe even have to think about that. But for newcomers, for career changers, for career upgraders, it is way easier if you notice the trends, okay? That's what I wanted to communicate with you in this slide. But why, again, why organizations invest in AI security? Enhanced threat detection, operational efficiency is key so that they can save more money and stay more profitable, and then proactive defense. Okay, proactive defense. So if you're asking, okay, Emin, let's wrap up. What exactly I can do? If that's what you're asking, here are a couple of questions or maybe kind of guidelines to help you with. First of all, skills. What kind of skills do you have, and do you want to learn more? AI ML security, learning AI, prompt engineering, as well as technical qualifications. If you are at that level, seasoned cybersecurity professional, qualifications like CSSP. If you're just getting started, Security Plus could be a starting point for entry-level professions to still understand what cybersecurity is about. And then different qualifications, standalone pillars, standalone technical skills together with AI so that you can, for example, let's say you know how to use certain CM tools, okay, Splunk maybe, or maybe open source tool, open source tools, IDS, IPS solutions, etc. In that case, if you can use AI with them, okay, you can produce even more work and value. And then strategy, client acquisition, positioning. It's not just getting the skills. How are you going to provide more value and letting people know that you know the business, that you can help them? You can optimize your LinkedIn with case studies, testimonials. It's just like Amazon effect. Companies right now these days pay Amazon to ship their products for free so that other clients, users can give feedbacks, reviews. So if the product is good, they would give 5 stars and then they can start charging. Testimonials and previous success results is so important, and it's also important for you, my friends. And a mindset, resilience, ethical decisions. At the end of the day, if you're worried about, oh, I'm not sure if I will make enough money, or I'm not sure if I deserve to earn that much, if I'm not sure if this is the right fit for me, how do you fix it? You can join high quality networking groups, not like random groups on Facebook that people can talk nonsense. No, it's like people who know what they're doing. You can join them, ask your questions. To do that, we have an excellent Discord community. I see a lot of members already in the chat. Great to have you, but we have newcomers as well. Make sure to join our Discord community. So Harun, maybe you can drop the link so that our newcomers can join the Discord community as well. We will also share that in the comments after the live recording session. And then for support, clearly, because everyone's different. Maybe you have your own personal needs, personal questions. Maybe you're wondering, is 2025 the right year for me to make all these upgrades and changes? That's a good question. Hey, which specific cybersecurity and AI specialization do I need? Should I go for full-time roles or part-time roles? To get help, get the support that you need for all these opportunities and tasks, like questions, what you can do is clearly you can work with experts and mentors to get the personal help and support. Or you can try your way. Sometimes, although it's rare, but sometimes that works too. But I've yet to see a very successful professional without a mentor or coach, because reinventing the wheel typically takes a lot of time, and people just don't have enough time, don't have that much time to go through all these options. And then finally, diversify your income streams to really, especially if you're worried about, let's say, increasing costs of life, okay, bills, rent, mortgage payments, or not enough savings, if you're worried about all that, what you can do, it's not that hard. I mean, you can diversify your income streams, my friends, okay? And what you can do, core full-time cybersecurity role, not have to be AI, by the way. Let's say you're a cybersecurity professional or business analyst or project manager, and you're earning 80K, 100K, 120K, and you are not sure if part-time freelancing contracting cybersecurity roles are the best fit for you with the help of AI. But if you supplement that with freelance work, you can start charging, hey, conservatively, $40, $50 an hour. You can start with that. And after a few months, after, a few successful testimonials, you can bump it up 100, 150, and you can work an extra maybe 10 hours a week. And that would mean 2, 3,000 up to $5,000 to $10,000 a month every month. Think about how many things that you can do with that kind of extra income. Think about that. And you can easily accomplish that if you know how to position yourself in the right way. And the passive educational content. You can earn money from courses, coaching, mentoring, affiliate programs, and speaking gigs, or maybe sharing your insights online. Think about that. Maybe you can create a policy framework document and then you can sell it as a digital product. You can absolutely do that. There are so many different ways, if only you knew, right? And then strategic equity partnerships, like you can join different startups. You can, maybe not with your investment, but with your time. And then if and when that startup takes off, you can make millions out of that. I experienced that. It's a lot of fun. So you can do the same. It's not that hard. But first of all, the intention should be there. Okay, the intention should be there. So, quick takeaway. 90-day action plan that you can join, that you can just proceed. The first month, master your roadmap, clarify your goals, learn the tools, which tools to learn, identify them, AI tools and cybersecurity skills gaps that you need. And then you also identify how are you going to get there with hands-on labs, maybe simulation exercises, with mentoring, with coaching, whatever that might be. But create your roadmap as a first step. And then the second month is all about acquiring the skills, not just technical skills, but also presenting yourself in the right way. Hey, maybe you'd want to start running ads on Facebook or YouTube or on Google or maybe on LinkedIn to attract clients for your services. Or maybe if you're on Upwork, you can learn how to choose the right words, how to create a compelling, perfect copy to attract potential clients. You can do that. And finally, client acquisition. You can get your first client. You can do an absolutely amazing service, provide that service, get a 5-star review testimony that you can put on your personal profile, portfolio. Maybe that's your LinkedIn, maybe that's your website, doesn't matter. And then it attracts even more. And that's a process. You can do that if you want to, okay? Starting as soon as just 3 months. And here's the thing though, especially the importance of contracting, freelancing, consulting roles in cybersecurity with the help of AI these days is typically, I'm sure that you can relate, professionals increase their paycheck income to a certain degree, and they also increase their expenses. Because there's not enough gap in between, it doesn't create generational wealth in the long run because it comes and goes. But imagine when you start saving extra $1,000 a month, that would change your future. That would change your entire retirement and your family's future, just like Warren Buffett says. This is more like a financial kind of like awareness thing, but freelancing, contracting, extra revenue stream could be a solution. And I see a lot of people, they start Etsy stores, they start Amazon stores, they start this, that, but they have no idea how to do that. Okay, they don't have enough budget to run ads or start a proper business, spend maybe $200,000, $300,000. Instead, why wouldn't you use the skills that are high in demand right now that maybe you already have and start generating income? Okay, you can absolutely do this. So you can own your cybersecurity future. How do you do that? First of all, if you haven't played the game yet, join the CyberOps game. This is the link. And Harun, do you mind sharing the link in the chat as well? So that you can play and understand who you are, where you are in your career, what are your priorities. That's step number one. It's very easy to do. That's free. Please do it if you have not done already. And number two, after you play the game, there will be a link to book a very free 15-minute call to discuss your results with an expert in our team. Okay, so that we can guide you. Hey, you can be a perfect fit for full-time cybersecurity opportunities, part-time opportunities. You can do this, that, whatever. It's completely free. It's kind of like by way of saying thank you to support back the community. Okay, and then you can bookmark your resources, everything that I'll cover today. You can connect with mentors on Discord, just like we have shared before, and then you can finally take bold action. Because if you don't take action, nothing would work. If you don't take action, it just will not work. So make a decision. If you are in it, you can start taking actions. And then at the end of the game, at the end of the process, you can also let us know, hey, Emin, can you help us in a way? Can you help me? Because what's the point of going through the same maybe experiences that other individuals, professionals have endured and then have passed? The link is Discord. Yes, the link is Discord. Richard asked. And then this code breaker challenge, we'll also drop it in the chat. Let me do that for you. And with this link, you can play the game and learn who you are, where you are. And then finally, what you can do is you can get the help that you need and ask us about the Business Academy program that we will start this month. Because with the help of Business Academy program, you can expedite the process. Because what's the point of going through the same kind of like experiences that we already know the answers for you, right? So you can learn more, how to join, what to do, what does it mean, what is, what's inside, what do we do? But in a nutshell, it's a training, skills development, support, and mindset and coaching together to give you all the things that you need. So you can decrease the time from 1 year to 3 months, right? Or maybe even sooner. Maybe it's not a guarantee that you can start earning money online, because on the other side, a lot of people are trying to do the same, trying to accomplish the same goal. So if you want to, you can absolutely do that. If not, that's cool too. But at least you'll have massive clarity when you go through the game, and also reach out to us for a consultation. So that's what I have for today. Any questions before we take off? Don't forget to play the game and join the Discord. It's kind of like a side note, but I see a lot of professionals already in our communities. I see Advent, for example. Vincent is here, and let me see. And we have new members as well. That's great. It's great to have you on the call. And please join me, connect me on LinkedIn as well to see if there's anything I can do to help. And until next time, we'll have more sessions like this. Take very good care of yourself, and thanks for joining today. Before we dive in, before we part ways, quick question from Chirag. How technical need to be called to CSSP? So when it comes to CSSP, Chirag, CSSP is kind of like a business certification. I've been training CSSP for 7-8 years now, training other professionals when it comes to CSSP qualification. You need to have technical skills. You need to have an understanding of other cybersecurity domains as well, like GRC, like software development and this and that. But even more importantly, we need to see the connection between the business needs, because typically they ask you questions, there are multiple correct answers. We need to think about the business terms. And that's why it's so valuable to understand businesses' needs, just like we covered in today's call. Okay? CSSP is like the ultimate certification when it comes to InfoSec. But many times people just study and try to memorize the answers, and it doesn't work, because we need to kind of have the experience. That's why they require 4 or 5 years of experience to get the qualification. Okay. So that being said, many thanks for joining today, and I will see you very, very soon. Have a great